So our day started off with a friendly game of dodgeball with my mom and uncle throwing the ball at the kids while we waited for my sister, who shall not be named, the one who can't get anywhere on time. uh, no face, no case. And as you can see, the kids were enjoying themselves. We were in my sister's complex and they were running crazy before we even got to the zoo. And then, bam, it got real. As you can see, this is a llama or an alpaca or whatever it is. I have no idea. But they started running up to the car the minute we got inside the wildlife park. And when I say we laughed so hard, these things were live and in color. They were all in our faces. They were everywhere. Everywhere you can see, there was an animal of some kind. And they gave us a paper, but I couldn't even read the paper for trying to see all the animals coming at us. This thing right here, we thought it was a gazelle, but that's some kind of something start with an A. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. At this point, all of the animals were migrating over to my sister Brittany's side of the car. They were in love with her for some reason, but she was not feeling those animals. And Phoenix was in the back having a fit. Breon, the baby, he was enjoying himself. He was just looking. He was fascinated. Braylon said that the animals were doing too much. And at first, they were excited to feed them. That was until this thing approaching started to come at us. It was a buffalo of some kind, and if you see the camera kind of go out of frame, it's because things were walking up to us on every side of the car. I couldn't get all the angles at different times, but there are some points where you can see on the radio how they are approaching us. In my mom's car, there's Paris. Look, she was feeding everything in sight, giving those things buffets. We ran out of food so fast messing with Paris. But as I was saying, on the radio, you can kind of see when the things are approaching, and the car kept beeping, and all we kept hearing was the beeping sound because the animals wouldn't go anywhere. They were in front of the car. My aunt and my mom and them were behind us, and they got stuck at one point because the buffalo refused to move. That right there is a donkey, and I don't know what that is. And then this thing came back, and it was so many of them. I don't know where they found these things at right here, but they were all over the place, and they just kept coming to the car. And then this thing was massive. It wasn't feeling us. It didn't come get any food or anything, and I'm glad, because baby, it was so huge. And then we had some Bambis out there, all of this land. The last time we went, it wasn't this big. I don't remember it being this big. They had to have expanded, but they were slobbing all over the windows, and I mean, they were everywhere. And this is me getting some shots of the land just to see how far it goes. And there were animals all over. At some points, they just migrated in one area. And then this bovine thing here you go. Look, with the turkey neck. It just walked up on us, and Paris was feeding it again. Tiffany was on that side. She was giving it some of the little pellets. We had pellets and carrots, and they were hungry. And then look at the camera. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. The donkeys, and then you got the camels over there, and that thing again. And that thing right there, this video is not doing it justice. Those things are so massive. They were following, they had like a safari vehicle out there. They were following that thing for a while, and you could just really see how big a camel really is. And then here's some more footage. Look. Oh, Brittany did not like those animals. And the mule or donkey, I don't know what that is. That's a donkey. I'm going to say donkey because that's what it puts me in the mind of. But I'm not an animal expert, honey, because we don't really do animals in my family. No shade and no tea to those who do. But we had fun. Some of us, anyway. That one right there, she was not feeling it, okay? She did not like those animals, and they loved her. They just kept going to her side. That thing right there pecked me in my finger. That's my second time at 2 different farms getting pecked by one of those things right there. And this is me trying to catch everything. You know, it was, oh my gosh, on everywhere you looked, everywhere you turned, there was a different kind of animal. And then we have all of the grazing animals. Oh my gosh, these things right here, they were so disrespectful. They didn't care about blocking you in. If they saw a bucket, they would look. That thing needs some veneers. They was coming to the car, and there's the safari vehicle, and this thing. He fell out like we hit him. We didn't touch that thing. And over here, you can see some more of the safari vehicle, and you can see our bucket of food right there. It's kind of empty now. The ostrich wouldn't leave them people's side. They wanted that food. These animals are opportunists, honey. That's all they care about. And over here, they was gang banging. They was having a gang meeting. And it's just everywhere. We had a ball. We had a time at the zoo. And there was so many different llamas and alpacas and all kinds of things of every different species you could think of. Some of them was so pretty, but the teeth on those things, baby, they need Dr. Miami. I don't know if he do butts or teeth or whoever do the teeth. That's who we need. And you need the people that just did what's her name? G baby, whatever her name is, honey. I'm not the one, not the two. You know her. They need to see her doctor. And then this is some more shots of the safari vehicle and the ostrich. I mean, coming straight for us. When those things starts running, it is so hilarious, honey. I could not contain myself after a while. And this is more shots of us trying to drive through because the thing was so long. And these things right here, I think those are wildebeests. They look bony, honey. I don't think they eating too much. They don't come up to your car. Those are the ones that they rarely come up to your car. And I'm sure those people ain't walking out here and feeding them too much. That's why they rely on visitors to feed them. And they ain't getting their share because those things, they had a pole neck, baby. Look at them. You can see all the ribs and bones. And they just going up to the safari vehicle. And this one right here having a fit. She couldn't stand all these animals. She wanted to leave so bad, but she was a trooper. And she up there singing The Circle of Life from the Lion King. And we were cracking up at this point, honey. But I ain't got time for marking all his rules, so I had to mute these clips and do this voiceover. And you see them, look, that's a better view of the wildebeest. They look a tired, honey. They need some meat on their bones. Those things where it got, what you call them thing, the sleeve, they taking some medicine or something. They are losing all of their weight. They have nothing on them. They letting all the other animals get the food. And we were stuck behind the safari vehicle because the animals, they take their time. Like, they're not going to rush off for anybody. You're not going to spook them. You're not going to scare them. They're going to move when they feel like moving. And we got those grazing the wildebeest over there. At this point, the other animals were wherever they were. So we just were stuck with the wildebeest for a while because, like I said, they don't move for anybody until they're ready. And they kind of at one point gathered all around the safari vehicle and they just walked with them. So we just had to, take our time. And at this point we were getting lost because the park has so many dips and turns. But I'm thinking that's because, the staff has to go one way and the guest has to go another way. But it's not clearly marked. You kind of got to just follow it and follow the paths or whatever. But honey, it just was a time. We had a time in the city. And over here, you see the, move the window, sorry. I don't know what that is either. I ain't gonna even try to figure it out. I don't know what's that, a mule? A zebra. They go to zebras. They say you can't feed the zebras because the zebras are very aggressive, but they weren't aggressive to me. They just kept walking up this thing right here. And that wool neck, oh my gosh. I would not play with an ostrich. Then we got this longhorn right here. He scratched my mom's car, low key. She was a trooper about it though. She ain't tripped too hard. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, just rude. Just rude. You can see the bucket on my lap right there. We were done with the food by then, and I wasn't feeding those zebras because I don't care how tame they appear to be. I was gonna follow the rules on the zebras. And y'all, at one point I dropped my phone. I opened the door, and oh my gosh, I ain't never moved so hard and worked so hard to get something that belonged to me because I ain't had time for them animals. And that right there, I don't know what that is, a teenage alpaca. That over there is a camel. They had a few camels out here, and oh my god. It was an alpaca as far as the eye could see. Everywhere you turn around. And then the zebras. And look, they don't mind coming up to your car. They just nosy. Look, the camel. All the animals loved Brittany. All of them. But she was not feeling them. She was so freaked out, and I was cracking up. And at one point, Braylon got mad because he said the animals was doing too much. They were scaring his mother. But they all loved her. They was all on her side of the car. Here go the ostrich. The ostrich running like a darn fool. You got to really be careful with them things because they come out of nowhere.